ask for sole custody with a lawyer.
No, Kelly, stop.
Yeah?
If you're going to go back to court, you must get a lawyer.
Yeah.
Okay? Because you've gotten into some kind of a complicated area in the law with rebuttable presumptions, burdens of proof, and all that type of stuff. Call right now from Kelly from the Golden State of California. Kelly, do you have a story to tell or a question to ask?
Hey, how you doing, doctor? Attorney Vincent Davis. I should call you doctor because you initially helped me in my case before,
Oh,
but
okay.
I'm still going through it. But for the most part, I have like a two-part question, and I guess it's best to just tell you the history first, and just ask about the article in question. With my case, I was attacked by my stepdaughter, but they put a criminal protective order against me. While I was doing that, I was still able to see my minor child at that time. My mother would still allow me to see her as long as I stayed, outside of 100 yards away from her, and I would pick her up from time to time. But during that time, I noticed my former stepdaughter, like, just doing really bad stuff, gang stuff. I found out the tattoos on her were gang related. We walk around with a red bandana, talking to gang members, like being real vengeful, towards me and acts towards my daughter. So I filed a move out order on her, restraining order and a no contact order against her for a year, while this case was going on. As soon as I did that, her mother sat back and filed a DV case against me. I filed for divorce, where we went into court to discuss, her giving back some cell phones that I used to have I gave to her so I could talk to my daughter. Like, she had lost them, and then I bought other ones, and then she wasn't turning them on because I saw, in a FaceTime that she had my daughter in the back seat without a car seat after, like, she's had 2 car accidents. So going through this whole case, just waiting for the criminal order to go through, I terminated the military diversion because they kept showing up at my military diversion trying to make it a DV case. So I terminated it and got a criminal lawyer. Criminal lawyer opened up, all my VA records to show them as far as what counseling I was doing with the VA, with my nerve pain, and also the counseling that I was doing since the crisis that happened to my daughter after my stepdaughter attacked me.
Mm-hmm.
She basically attacked me because she abandoned my daughter outside after having a gate bump her on the head. The neighbor came up and asked me, like, your daughter's out here crying. And it was my daughter's birthday that day, so was just getting stuff ready for her. And I came down, and I saw my stepdaughter, like, leaving the property about 20 feet away from me, and my daughter on the ground crying, and the gate embedded on her head. So I called her mom, and her mom was like, well, she would have missed her Uber. And I'm like, what? So, I didn't want to spoil my daughter's birthday. I stayed with the ice on her for an hour. And then I took her to Johnny's Pizza for Carnival to celebrate her birthday. When I came back, I asked my stepdaughter, after I put my daughter to bed, I went in the room and asked her, so I sat down and asked her what happened. And then she's like, she bumped her head. And I was like, what? I was like, I know I've always had problems with this.
Hey, Kelly,
I'm
what
sorry.
is the question you want to ask me?
Okay. Oh, we got to the point of another hearing because I filed an ex parte for temporary custody. After I got the mental diversion to be agreed to, and I just been doing what the court asked. But during the second hearing, after the judge denied the ex parte until we had mediation. She missed like 2 mediations, but then when we finally got to talk to the judge, I was basically explaining to him how vindictive everything is and how originally, I was allowed to see her, and the only reason she filed this DV is because I filed the restraining order against her daughter. So the judge came to a point when I was trying to ask to tell him that I wasn't able to truthfully give a confident statement, during the first hearing, the DV hearing, and to state that stuff was untrue because I was still waiting for the criminal case to be done, and also the juvenile records that we come back from when I filed.
So Kelly, what happened in the courtroom?
Okay, the judge asked, did I know anything about Article 3004? So I'd done all my research on trying to get custody of my case and explain to the judge, but I knew nothing about 3044. And I looked it over, and I just wanted you to explain to me, like, what does that place me in, like, while I'm just trying to finish, like, the mental health, which will be done, the mental health diversion
Okay,
will be
Kelly,
done.
hold on a second. You're asking me about a case in a family law court, not in a CPS court. Okay?
That's the thing, like,
so let me finish the answer.
Mm-hmm.
So 3044 is part of the family law code, and it says, upon a filing by the court that a party seeking custody of a child has perpetrated domestic violence within the previous 5 years against the other party seeking custody of the child or against the child's sibling, and it's something about the presumption or against the child's sibling or against any person in subparagraph C of paragraph 1, there is a rebuttable presumption that an award of sole or joint physical or legal custody of a child to a person who has perpetrated domestic violence is detrimental to the best interests of the child pursuant to 3011 and 3020. And I believe that that's what the judge was asking you.
Yeah. So I understood that afterwards, but I'm just trying to feel like I couldn't really understand. Even with you reading it to me, I couldn't really understand.
Right.
So
it's one of those sections you got to read like a couple times to understand it. But
man, I read it like 10 times, so I just want to explain to me. So this is my acknowledgement of it. So I have to show the judge because I'm going to go back and ask for sole custody with a lawyer.
No, Kelly, stop.
Yeah?
If you're going to go back to court, you must get a lawyer.
Yeah.
Okay? Because you've gotten into some kind of a complicated area in the law with rebuttable presumptions and burdens of proof and all that type of stuff.
But I haven't.
You have a lawyer?
Now I do.
Okay,
I'm working with her.
Good.
And like I put down a down payment to hold her, but then after that I gotta pay her out.
Okay. Well, Kelly, don't try to do this by yourself. Get a lawyer, use the lawyer, and, make sure that you follow his or her instructions. Hey, Kelly, I want to thank you for calling and thank you for listening. Give us a call back in 3 or 4 weeks and let us know.